hit go live yet.
Oh.
I'm just saving the changes on this.
Okay, now I got two buttons at the top now too, where it says edit, and then where you're streaming to is my page, and it says I'm streaming to TSG 2 spots.
Right, because I don't think I made it public yet. Hold on.
Well, it's got a check mark on it, so it says you're streaming.
Oh, I am live.
Well, there you go. You don't even have an option.
Yeah. So people watching are probably like, what the hell's going on here? And the answer to the question is we're just running a test to see. There's a new feature on StreamYard, which Dave and I both use. And so we're running a test to see how it works and what happens. So I think, Dave, this is what you were trying to do with Vinny that time, but this is like officially how they've made it possible to do it. So theoretically, any one of your guests on this show could hit that button and go live. You could probably have a show that's going live to like 40 different audiences, depending what your limit is on how many people can be on this, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because when Vinny and I did it, we had to both do the live stream, and then we both had to invite each other, and we both had to mute each other's mics.
Yeah.
So we only had one audio coming through, and then it made his actually delayed a little bit. So.
Yep.
But Nate Jackson, the wooden train guy, and Norman Rowe were over on your live stream saying you were live.
Yeah, let me go look at my Facebook and see if I can find myself live. And if you start hearing it going, you'll know what happened. But give me a second here, because I'm not logged in as TSG on here.
Now, where did I saw that under invite? And yeah, okay, so it's under the invite spot on StreamYards.
Well, this is odd. It doesn't even tell me I'm live on Facebook. Am I live on Facebook? Can people see me live on Facebook? I don't know. I don't have any way to know to check that.
I guess I could look at my phone, but
can you check on, or I don't know if I can check on my phone. Let me see.
It says watch now.
I'd have to find Facebook on my phone.
See what happens. Hold on. Our top secret producer says you can see it on Facebook.
Oh.
Hold on. Now she's saying it's not.
It's fun. It says watch.
So the plumber's saying you're live on YouTube. Plumber, I know where I'm live. TSG's live on his channel, and that's what we're trying to do is combine both our channels so both our audiences can see we're both going to be live. So.
So I don't think we're live on. Let me see.
I don't see it like that.
Yeah, I don't see it live on Facebook. Even up on my upper right corner, I don't see it live on Facebook, even though I told it to go live on Facebook. But it does allow me to view it on YouTube. Give me a second. I'm about to view a broadcast on YouTube. Great. That's what I said I want to do. Oh, okay. I had to mute it. Yeah, here we are live on YouTube. So that's working.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, and it seems to be working on YouTube, which is what I thought we were wanting to do anyway, right? Just to make sure people can go.
And the whole reason why I wanted to kind of get this done is because your channel is going to be a big thing at the YouTube meet and greet. You've got some things planned just for the TSG Patreon members and stuff. So, and it's coming up very shortly. So this week I was thinking Wednesday, we can kind of run over all the stuff that we're doing for the YouTube meet and greet and get into some of the things so you can talk about them, show some slides, so on and so forth type thing. So,
hey,
but it'd be good to go to my channel and to your channel at the same time, right?
Guess what?
What?
We're about to go live on Facebook too. There it is.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So we're live on Facebook too. So why don't you take a second and say what you just said about what you wanted to talk about?
What did I say?
I don't remember. That's why I asked you to repeat it.
Yeah, so the YouTube meet and greet is coming up in like, 6 weeks?
Something like that.
And I'm always doing the YouTube meet and greet. It's always the third weekend of May. And this year being in Colorado, and TSG Multimedia is going to have a big presence at this meet and greet this time. You've got Patreons that you're hoping to do something extra for. You're going to be doing some live streaming while you're there. So I'm hoping this Wednesday, well, obviously it's going to work. but we can do a live stream this Wednesday, talk about all the events that we're going to do, hopefully the times, if we can figure out some of the pricing, and just get the information out to everybody about what we are doing during the YouTube meet and greet. And you've been to some of these places already, so you can kind of highlight on what's great about them. And
I think I think I've been to all of the places that we're going for the meet and greet. So if you want to go through each one, I can tell you whatever I remember about them.
Yeah, Michelle's going to email me the list on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. We can do that on the show Wednesday then.
Yeah, and then because she was trying to get all the timing set up too. So, and then Bernard has officially said that he's coming.
That's right.
He booked his flight yesterday.
I got to tell you that Bernard's not only coming, but he's going to be scanning people to make mini-me's.
I think what he was looking for, he has time to scan 12 people. Is that what he said?
10 or 12, I don't remember. But all I'm going to say is that if you want to get scanned, you better sign up fast because they fill up so fast. Like he almost didn't have time to scan us at the train show.
So he did fill up at the train show because I know Sunday was kind of only half set up.
I think he had a couple of open spots on Sunday, but they filled up with people walking up wanting it.
Yeah.
So
that happened a lot in Springfield too, and Amherst. Yeah. A lot of people, oh wow, how much is it? I'd love to get scanned here, and it's you kind of sign up for it. So
I think people see what's happening. They're like, oh, that's cool. I got to have one of these. So they're like,
I know, right?
How do I do this? And he's like, well, I had a sign up, but I have time now.
And I think he does that on purpose too. He kind of schedules a little spot in there that he can take people off to the side.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Did you see me getting scanned?
I did not actually.
Oh,
Sunday was a bad day. We had the family was over on Sunday for Easter dinner last weekend.
That sounds like a really bad day having the family over.
Well, it was Amy's family, so it was great.
Nice recovery.
Thank you.
But don't worry, they're not watching. They don't care about train stuff.
Well, Amy might be, but who knows?
I'm just kidding. But what I was going to say was, so in case people don't know, I was live both days for the entire duration of the show.
And you still didn't beat my live stream record.
I didn't. What was it? 8 hours and something?
Oh, yeah, yours were about 8 hours, 8.5 hours.
Yeah. What was yours? I don't remember.
11.5.
Oh, what the hell? Why in the world did you do that?
Well, I had that open house here, right? And it was at 9 o'clock in the morning until 9 at night.
Wow, that's a long live stream.
I just turned the live stream on, and anybody that showed up and came on, I made sure they were all right with being on the camera. But
I hate to break this to you, but I have had live streams that went on for multiple days. Now, I don't know if it counts because I was not live like this talking to people, but it was a stream that was live. That was, I don't remember which, it might have been Layout Tours. It might have been Jack Burgess. I don't remember, but I was trying some, they call them, I think, continuous streams or something like that. Yeah. And I was trying that early this year. Just to see what would happen. And so, I was live longer than you, probably longer than anybody we know, because it went on.
Right, I'll give you that one. So.
Dude, I think I left one of them running for like an entire week.
Awesome. Yeah, I remember talking to you about it, and it was a test, and you were trying out the program and stuff like that. So
yeah, what was weird about that was it started out with, whatever, 60 viewers, whatever we normally get on these things. And then it went down and down and down and down. And then by the end of the week, there's like one person watching. And I was thinking to myself, why only one? Like, aren't there other people coming on and seeing this? Like, oh, what's live on TSG's channel? But I think it must like drop out of the algorithm or something for people to find, because at the end, it was like, why am I even wasting the electricity for this?
Yeah. I know Jack does live streams that are like a week long type thing, just to his layout going constantly. And if you watch it every once in a while, it'll be at the top of your screen that, oh, Jack's live. And you think, oh, it's something new. And then it drops off and then comes back later on. It's the same stream. So
sure. So you want to go off of some of the things that you remember?
Well, why don't we talk about some of the stuff you did in Colorado during the Rocky Mountain show?
Okay.
Away from the show, like.
I'd be happy to. Let me pull up some stuff on my phone. See, I when I woke up this morning, I did not know we were going to do this.
Neither did I.
Right. So I'm going to give you some impromptu stuff here. I'm trying to find the, let me just find it on here. Because I took a bunch of pictures at a bunch of the things that we did here, and I'll share some of that with people if they want to see it. So we flew into Denver last week. I think it was on Wednesday. And when I say last week, I don't mean the day before yesterday or whatever. I mean the week before that.
Yeah.
And so it was like March 30th or something like that. And so Michelle, we got picked up at the airport by Michelle and Bernard. That's MiniPrint, right? MiniPrints Bernard. And that was cool. I had never met Bernard before. He's exactly the guy you expect him to be, as you know.
Yep.
Just a really cool, fun guy. And I think we went to the Colorado Model Railroad Museum that afternoon because I think Michelle had meetings or something. So we just hung out there. Ralph and, just hung out. And the next day, we went to a place called Royal Gorge Bridge, which is this insane. So do you know what Royal Gorge is, Dave?
I've seen the pictures and stuff of it.
Right. So here's a picture. I'm going to show you on my phone. Sorry, this is really hokey, but let me just pull the charger out. So I don't know if people can see this. That's the Royal Gorge Bridge. And this Royal Gorge Bridge goes across Royal Gorge. Well, Royal Gorge is like this cut. It's almost like a bridge across the Grand Canyon or something. Everybody knows what the Grand Canyon is, right?
Yeah.
It's this massive drop. And this is a suspension bridge that goes across this thing. I'm going to see if I can find another picture of it that shows you more just how dramatic this thing is. I don't know if this tells you much, but here's another shot of it. You look over the edge of this bridge, and it's pretty damn scary. And it is windy. Oh, my God. It is so windy on this bridge. I can't even begin to tell you, like, if you don't wear a hat, because if you wear a hat, it's going to blow off and you will lose it.
So if you're holding an iPhone to take pictures and stuff, make sure you get a leash on it.
Something like that. And then there's the other thing. So the bridge is made up of this suspension material that I kind of showed you. I think you probably got an idea about that. And then it's a wooden deck like this. Royal Gorge Bridge. See that? See how it's a wooden deck? Well, those planks are not like this. Those planks are like this and this and this. So there's space between them. And if you look in between the planks, I took a picture with my phone through the planks. And oh my God, it is so scary. And some of them are like that wide, So, I mean, there's no way you could fall off of this thing unless you're doing something really dumb.
Yeah.
But still, oops. This is in between the planks. And I don't know if you can really tell how dramatic this is. That's about 1,000 feet down there or more. And this little part here, see this little part right here? There's a railroad down there. See that line? There's a railroad down there. So what we did after we went to this bridge and got a crap scared out of us is we went to the railroad and we rode the railroad down there. And they have a really nice, let me show you the power that they use. They have a nice train. This is a picture of Bernard on the locomotive. That's Michelle taking a picture of Bernard on the locomotive.
Those are really nice looking locomotives too.
Oh yeah, that's an SD40-2 in case anybody's wondering. And here's
just so you don't get a bit of a surprise here, I've invited Bernard over to my channel.
Oh, well, maybe he'll show up then.
And it's just going to be another part of the test of, does he show up on yours as long as mine with your Facebook?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody who shows up here will show up on our streams. So anyway, we rode this Royal Gorge train. And hi, Bernard.
Well, hello.
I'm just telling them what we were doing last week. No, the week before last week. And I'm up to the Royal Gorge part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway, the Royal Gorge train ride takes you through the Royal Gorge.
No way.
But can you imagine that? And here's a shot of that bridge that I just showed you from the train. Can you tell how far up that is?
How far up is it?
What was it, Bernard? Like 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet? I don't even know.
It was not mini, that's for sure.
No, not many at all.
Not
Can
mini
you,
at
can you
all.
bungee jump off of it?
I think you
You-
can actually.
You can
Really?
zip
Not at all.
line. You can definitely zip line across it.
Really?
Yeah, they have a
Holy.
zip line. They have some tram thing or something like that. They have the bungee jumps that are available. But here's the cool thing about that experience.
Oh, hold on here.
Yeah.
I've now got 3 buttons at the top for 3 places I'm going live.
Oh, cool.
Where are you going live to? Are we live?
Oh,
yeah.
we're live. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. Where are we?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that part of the test.
Well, yeah,
Don't
you
trust.
told me this was a test. I didn't realize this was a live test.
Okay,
It
so
is
it is
a live
TSG
test.
Facebook, TSG YouTube, my YouTube.
Oh, so it's showing you where I'm sharing it too.
Yes.
So
Okay.
should I share it as well?
If you
Well,
can, you should.
Stream this to your audience. Hang on.
Does it say
Select
that?
it.
Destinations, title. What are we on? Is this Sparky's channel?
Yeah.
It should be your channel in a minute if you
It
do
will
that.
be.
Live on Sparky. Well, let's see if I can share it too.
He says, "What are we on?" I almost said drugs.
Well, I know you are.
I should be. Anyway, to continue this is what we did afterwards. We went to the Royal Gorge yard, and Michelle knows. Well, I guess I know him too. They're trying to remember what his title was there. His name is Nick, and I think he's like the operations superintendent or something like that.
Yeah.
He gave me his card, but I don't have it here. But anyway, so he gave me, or us, I should say, a tour of their shop and yard. And while we were doing it, I'm like, hey, you want to make a video about this for my channel? Because I guess he knew who I was. And so we went on my regular camera and I recorded a whole bunch of information about Royal Gorge with him talking. And I didn't edit that because, as I was telling Sparky earlier, I came home from this trip with COVID. So I've been kind of recovering from that. It's out of focus. The picture I have is not out of focus. It's actually very nice. But anyway, so I have that ready for my channel. I can see this. I have this video ready to be edited for my channel, and I'll put it out probably sometime later this month. And so that was on Thursday.
What are you trying to do there, Bernard?
Well, I've got pictures too that I
Oh,
can
you should
share
show them.
if anyone wants to see them.
Yeah, you
Huh.
should show them because mine are just going to be off my phone and it'll look like crap.
All right, we'll see if this works.
Hey, there
We
we
are-
go.
We are
Yeah.
being told we're live on all 3 channels. So
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good.
this is crazy. So one of the cool things about the shops was that this guy had like a wicked sign collection. Like I guess the owner of the I don't know how to get rid of. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I don't know how to get rid of this side column. Oh, not that. But yeah, this guy had these incredible signs everywhere. So, I mean, we saw lots and lots of locomotives, but I mean, I felt like I was in an episode of like American Pickers or something,
yeah, no doubt.
like the guy's sign collection. And it was a really cool, I don't know whether John mentioned it, but it was an old abandoned brickworks. So besides these signs, he had like really cool stuff everywhere. And of course, we got to play on the equipment, but this was actually like the Royal Gorge brickworks. So, there was all of this really cool stuff to look at. There's one of the kilns, the old brick kilns. So, I mean, this was definitely out of a movie set.
Yeah, it's
And,
really cool.
Yeah, all sorts of, I mean, just like a photographer's paradise. I mean, I was just shooting on my phone, but
How would
like
a wagon like that even work? It looks like if you loaded it with something, it would tip over backwards or frontwards.
it was probably hooked up to the one in front of it and the one behind it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether that's an old ore Jenny or what that is, but everywhere I turned around, there were just these incredible, you could have spent an entire day there just sort of photographing old bits of machinery and stuff. That's Nick Valdez right there. See if I can zoom in on him. Here we go. There he is. Really cool guy. He's got a pretty massive YouTube channel too. I think it's just under Nick Valdez. Oh yeah. There I am playing with wheels. 1-to-1 scale.
Well, look at you getting all dirty.
Yeah. And then I just loved, the graphics everywhere. They have really great graphics on the Royal Gorge route.
Have you noticed you took over my live stream because TSG and I are gone?
Well, I noticed you did that. Well, I mean, there's my little tumbleweed. I fell in love with tumbleweeds. Well, you can, 3 streams. I wonder if people can watch all 3 streams at the exact same time.
I'm sure you can if you had 3 screens.
Yeah.
Or just split screen your one screen. But if I'm going to keep doing stuff like this, I need 3 screens. I've got 2, and this is kind of...
This is my favorite photograph of the entire trip. Trying to see if I can make it full screen. I don't know how to make it full screen.
Well, I've made you full screen, so...
No, like within my... I'm just
know,
in my photos. This F unit was just unbelievable. And I found out that it's always sunny in Colorado.
What about that fog?
Well, yeah, but that was your fault. You brought that from California.
Yeah. So, Bernard, I thought your favorite picture was that one of us together.
Oh, here we go.
My favorite picture of a train.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scenery was just gorgeous.
This is that smoky scenery on the way back from Royal Gorge, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is then Michelle took us to the, what is it? The
Garden of the Gods.
Garden of the Gods.
Yeah.
I had no idea actually that Colorado had such different landscape. I mean, I felt like we were in New Mexico at some points, and it felt like we were in Arizona at other points. And I'd never been to Colorado before. It was pretty wild.
Well, in saying that, Bernard, like you went to Colorado, it's pretty nice and everything else. Would you ever go back?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe, it would be fun to sort of, go back like, for the YouTube meet and greet.
So 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think considering I just booked non-refundable airfare, you guys are stuck with me.
So if you're coming to the meet and greet, then that means people can get scanned.
People can get scanned.
Because you're going to bring your stuff?
Everything's going to be there.
Awesome.
Everything's going to be there. So, yeah. And, this is cool. I don't know whether did you see this, John? This was in the museum, the Model Railroad Museum.
Yeah. You can find a lot of pictures like this from a long time ago because that route has been there for, well, as you can see, since the 20th century.
Yeah. That's like where we were, just not on that exact train.
Now, can you imagine the work that was involved in laying that track?
Oh my God.
Like it's guaranteed that wasn't a flat area.
Do you know what it goes to show you, Dave, is that when railroads wanted to get a route done, there was nothing that would stop them.
No, for sure.
And I think one point on the route, they actually had a hanging bridge over, like there was no bank on the side. So they had to build a hanging bridge over top of the river.
I think you could see it in that picture.
This one?
Yeah. You see right in the middle, you can see that little A-frame.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh,
yeah,
back in the back. Yeah.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
I
right.
was looking at the top.
Well, that's
So-
actually a bridge over top of a bridge.
So I think they call those, it's two, I don't know what you call them, but it's two of them. And I think they refer to that as a suspension bridge because the bridge is suspended from these, what are those, pilings, I guess?
Yeah, or it looks like it's like an A-frame from one edge of the gorge to the other.
Yeah, that holds up the track. It's pretty amazing. I've never seen a bridge like that except here.
Yep. It was
And what was-
incredible.
what was-
It really was.
Yeah, what was really cool to me was actually riding through this gorge that I've seen on videos and pictures forever. And the unusual structure of that bridge is that's one of my favorite pictures because we were live. Well, we were live in front of the TV, but that's the show that we did, I think, the week before that I was playing on that TV there.
This is one of those things where you have to like, blow it up and then have like, it like goes forever. Like it's infinity. It's like the two of you just receding off into the distance.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. That's us.
That is you. Yeah. There weren't very many antics. We didn't get silly on this trip at all.
Oh, no. Yeah. Nothing. No.
This
not at all.
is another one of my favorite pictures.
Yep.
Someone in her natural environment. Just working away. That's got to be the coolest office ever.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of it backed up so people have context for what we're looking at? I don't think you took
Like
one,
where
did
it
you?
is, you mean? Well, I guess
That is it. Yeah. No, you can
that's
see it.
probably the closest context shot. So this is, I guess, Michelle's office is up here, up a set of stairs in the corner, right above the Sydney sign. And it sort of overlooks the entire Model Railroad Museum. So it's kind of like, when you go to the supermarket and the manager's office kind of overlooks the entire supermarket. That's kind of, she's got the bird's eye view.
Okay, so anybody watching my channel, can you tell me if my title just changed
Title?
of the YouTube stream? Because at the start
Oh.
I just called it test, and now I just changed it to something else. So,
This is a heck of a test.
well, first off, we didn't know if we could actually still get channels to stream together, but on their platforms as well. So
Okay.
John and I trying that out. I know you can do 2, so we added you, and now we're doing 3. Now we're actually doing 4 because John's Facebook is up there too.
Well, and I did Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, and your Facebook just popped up. So
you want to see a cool video right outside of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum?
as long as there's no music.
No, I don't think there is. No. You ready? So that's the cool thing. I had no idea that there were like mainline freight tracks right in front of the museum. So you're like, I'm standing at Michelle's front door right now. Well, actually, no, I'm actually hanging out a window with John.
With John.
What's that?
I could just see you two doing that too.
Oh yeah,
Both
we're
of you
hanging out a
the
window.
like little kids.
We're hanging out a window of the museum. It's a little bit windy, but
Staying alive, staying alive.
Yeah. Hey, you're streaming to your channel too, so
So check this out.
I was trying to add music so that you get a copyright strike.
yeah, but you get it as well as I did. So
Oh, shoot. Yeah, never mind.
yeah, okay.
You can tell it was a windy day.
Is that building flipping us off?
So you don't need to see the whole thing, but that's like right in front of the museum. So I mean that's pretty awesome. There's rail fanning like, right there. Like I was torn. Half of me wanted to spend all the time indoors and half the time wanted me just to stand out front.
I know you looked really tired by the end of the show when John came over there with the cart, and you just looked like you were ready to fall on the cart and go to sleep.
I really was. It was, well, that's the thing about Michelle as a tour guide, right? It's like, it's hardcore. Like she does not take prisoners. Like it is, you just go.
Something
Yeah.
else that that I want to mention. Well, I have two things that I want to mention just real quick. The first one is kind of a housekeeping thing for me, since we're also on my channel. A layout tour just published about 9 minutes ago to my channel. So it's a really good one too. So anyone watching, make sure you go back when we're done here and watch the layout tour that published at 9 o'clock this morning, Pacific time. And the other thing I want to mention is about Michelle, is that well, let me just put it this way. Anytime that she invites us to go do train stuff with her out in Colorado, if we can make it, there's no hesitation whatsoever, because I know it's going to be worthwhile. Like this Royal Gorge thing, I'd never been there before, but she's the one that invited us to it, and I knew that it was going to be amazing, because every other time we've done anything with her out in Colorado, we get something really, really cool. And I don't mean just one day of really, really cool stuff out of a bunch of days. It's like almost every single day there's something worth getting that was like, wow, that was really, really cool.
And if people don't know, Michelle is actually behind this whole YouTube meet and greet. I'm just supplied the place, and she took the reins from there and said, I got this. So
Well, and there's something else too that I'll build up on John's comment, if I may. It's not only that Michelle knows all the cool places to go, she knows all the cool people there. So when you go somewhere with Michelle, it's not like you could just go there yourself. Like, I mean, we could have rode the Royal Gorge route, but we would not have been climbing all over the locomotives before and hanging out at the shops afterwards. So, I mean, yes, she knows all the cool places, but she also knows all the cool people. So, you know, I mean, that woman is a force of nature, and she is a super connector because she knows everybody.
Yeah. So if anybody's been to any of my YouTube meet and greets in the past, like some of the ones we did, layout tours and stuff like that, they definitely roll out the red carpet for you. And
yeah,
everybody so far that I've seen on a YouTube meet and greet is very respectful of people's property and time and everything else. Very generous group that normally shows up. Like I did that dining car experience, and at the end of it, I walked out, I shook everybody's hands that were in the thing, and we raised, I think, over $600 for their society. So it's a very giving group, very respectful group. And with what Bernard's saying, it's going to be kind of the same thing. You go there with Michelle, you're going to get the behind the scenes atmosphere. You're going to get to touch, you're going to get to climb, you're going to get to look, but you're not going to get to break nothing. So
Kevin Marks is saying that Michelle's going to be the next NMRA president.
Yeah, like she has time.
I don't think she would do that, even if people begged her to, because she doesn't have time.
No,
something else that
very busy person.
Yeah, something else that people don't know, which actually folds into what we're talking about right now, that one of the reasons why she's so busy is that she's just not doing train stuff. She's also on the tourism board of the state of Colorado. So that's part of the reason how she knows all these people. It's because the people who are into tourism, it's all the museums and attractions. Well, because it's Colorado, a lot of those happen to also be train things. Well, her being a train person, you know, it all feeds on itself. And so she knows a lot of people. She's very, very well connected. As a matter of fact, the last night that we were there, she had dinner on the Union Pacific Heritage Fleet with Union Pacific's president at this dinner.
Don't say that.
Who does that? I mean, I don't even know how you get invited to something like that. But we couldn't go because we weren't invited. See what I mean? But she was invited, and it's like, well, how cool is that? I mean, I know
everybody just stand out to the windows of the car and just kind of stare at them,
right? UP is a little controversial right now, and there are people watching here going, "Oh, I wouldn't want to be at that anyway." But I mean, it's just one of those things to give you an idea. It's not everybody gets to do that stuff. I mean, even Ed Dickens I don't think was invited to this dinner that she went to. And Ed Dickens is the head of their STEAM program. Like, what's that? But there's Michelle at the dinner.
Well, I had no idea. I mean, I sort of, I went out for the Rocky Mountain Train Show, but I had no idea what a hot spot of model railroading and railroading Colorado is. I mean, we saw BNSF and UP both in the same yard pretty much in Denver. Then there are the manufacturers. So just the number of manufacturers, retailers, and hobby folks there are. I had no idea that Jason Jensen was a Greeley resident.
Mm-hmm.
So, I got to meet him, which was super cool because I've always been a huge fan of his modeling. So, I mean, there's this whole hubbub of activity, right in the middle, all revolving around Michelle. And I agree with Kevin Marks that she's we should call her the CEO of the hobby. So it's just Michelle's the official CEO of all model railroading because she's just so well connected. But yeah, it was everything. I mean, I had such a good time that I had said to Sparky, I probably said to you, Sparky, like 2 months ago, that there was no way that I could justify going out to the YouTube meet and greet because I would have just been there, for this Rocky Mountain Train Show. And then lo and behold, I've just booked another trip because I just couldn't not go back again.
So I'm just going to throw this out there to everybody that's watching mine and John's and Bernard's stream. If you're not signed up for the YouTube meet and greet and you're listening to Bernard, he's going back. There's got to be a reason he's going back. So I've always said that this is going to be one of the best YouTube meet and greets that I've put together.
I have to say the Colorado trip, and I'd never been to the U.S. Midwest or the Midwest or whatever.
Yeah, we had that conversation, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I've been sort of as far as Chicago, and then I'd been to California, but the middle of the country was a bit of a gap for me. And oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Like, what a fascinating. The other thing that people don't know is that everybody in Colorado is a character and has a story. I mean, we learned about a woman who killed 140 rattlesnakes back in the 1800s and made a dress out of them. And I mean, there's some crazy Colorado stories, the things that you only sort of read about in books. So yeah, I couldn't not come. Now everyone has to buy a scan though, because I'm going back, but the business might not survive it. So definitely, if you want to get scanned, that would be awesome. That would be a big plus.
Yeah, and that'll be over on the Facebook page. I think.
Yeah, I put a little list. I did a sign up form today, so yeah, definitely. If anyone wants to scan, this is a good chance to do it. And I did a little special YouTube meet and greet bonus offer for that.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no way. I mean, if I was sitting here at home watching you guys have that much fun, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
There's gonna be a Chasing Trains episode of some of what we did, but it bridged over more than one day because we used Bernard's crazy Canadian map to try to find our way to our hotel on Friday night. I think it was Friday night or Saturday night.
Are you telling that story?
Oh no, but I'm not going to tell that story right now, but it will. I recorded about 5 minutes of us laughing our asses off in the car after getting lost in some weird back road. Well, I guess people will have to wait for the Chasing Trains episode for that. But
when will that come out?
Oh, who knows? I'm just, I went into my office when I came back and I did a major, what I call media dump, which is all the stuff, all the pictures and video I took into my archives in my office. And after that, I just came back. I have not been to my office since. So I'm just recovering from the COVID. So,
well, you look alive. I mean, you look a lot peppier than you did a couple of days ago.
Sure. And, I feel a lot better. So good. I think I'm pretty much over. I haven't tested to see if I'm negative yet, but I'm negative.
You're negative. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm negative.
Sydney?
She's in bed right now.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was going to say, quick, get Sydney to put up all the links.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It hits her harder because I don't know. I've always been quick to recover and hardly ever get sick. So I just, it ran off my back like a duck in water. I didn't even use that Paxlovid stuff. I will say this though. I am very glad that I had every possible vaccine and booster handed to me, because I would not want to have to deal with that crap without some resistance already built up to it.
Yeah.
The
Well,
good
that's
news is that now that I've had it as well, I'm pretty much bulletproof for a while.
Oh yeah, we can fire trains at you and they'll just bounce off you now.
Yeah, able to leap single buildings in a single bound or whatever the hell that, you know.
I got another question for this test thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is the chat the same on all these channels?
I don't think it is. I'm getting little emblems on my chat telling me whether it's from my Facebook page or whether it's from my YouTube channel or whether it's from your YouTube channel.
Oh,
I don't think I can see yours though, Bernard. I think it just shows me Dave's and mine.
yeah,
Well,
because
that's
I got
interesting.
yours on YouTube up and I got my StreamYards up.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty close to being the same, but
Or the chat's the same too?
very close to.
Oh, so it's linking all of the chat people as well? That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I think so.
That
Because
would
I
be
posted
interesting.
the Facebook page I posted on your channel, and then I looked over and it popped up on StreamYards. So,
Lynn McCurdy says that the chat is different for each.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
what I
YouTube
do-
or Facebook.
I don't have a list of how many people are watching, which is usually what happens if one person is streaming.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
guess
either.
it's not able to aggregate all of our viewers.
Yeah, I can't see that either.
I do have a piece of advice for you, Sparky. In
Deal.
anticipation of this trip, I would say two things: get a lot of rest and take a lot of multivitamins, because you're going to have to be in shape for this, because this is when we go. Like this is railroading and rail fanning at 110%.
See, that's not going to be good for me because my wife won't be with me now. She always babysits me when I'm on these trips.
Well, we'll make sure you hydrate. That's for sure.
Yeah, she just got another job in the company and actually moved way up.
Oh,
wow.
good.
She's got 4 weeks of training, and then the day that she starts is the day I go out on my trip. So she was like, yeah, there's no way I can book holidays that quick. So
Yeah. Well, it sounds like good news, though.
I
it
need
sounds
to
like
make
Trackside Mike's going to join me. So
I need
That's
to make
awesome.
a very important point, Dave. For Dave, beer does not count as hydration.
No. Well, I was amazed. I mean, I'd read a few things about altitude, and you'll be better because you're driving in, Sparky, so you'll acclimatize. But I flew in from basically sea level, to a mile high, and like Michelle picked me up at the airport, and she said, "Okay, we need to get you sugar, food, and water." And within like half an hour, I had a wicked headache, because altitude is a real thing. Like,
Well,
for
Dave
sure.
won't feel that though, because he's really tall, so he's already there.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and he's going to sort of work his way up.
Yeah, driving
I
in.
did spend that time with John, and we did that walk up to the top of that. What was that?
I don't know, but that rattlesnake almost got you.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, that's a true story.
Oh, right. Yeah, but this was a true story. Yeah.
Did you almost get bit by a rattlesnake?
Well,
It saw us before we saw it, but
Yeah.
that's usually what happens with rattlesnakes is they're like, hey, I'm getting out of here. So they make that noise. And by the way, it doesn't sound the way the movies make it sound.
No.
They don't go. They're like, it's like a hissing noise.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It is. It kind of sucks because you expect to see this big rattle about that big,
Yeah.
yeah, it was only about yay big. But
But it's
Hollywood.
nothing like that. It's like this
Hollywood.
little thing going off into the bushes, going.
I've never seen a rattlesnake, but now
Oh.
I know not to listen for the chick, chick, chick.
Yeah, don't listen for that because it'll bite you
miss
before you know what's going on.
I don't even think you'll see them most of the time. They just slither off real quick. But the one we were talking about, it was sunbathing on the sidewalk, and we're walking up all the steps, and we probably got 15 feet from it before it went, I'm out of here. So
Yeah,
Yeah, we saw it as it was slithering away, though.
that's cool.
Dave's probably like, "You're kidding? That's not a rattlesnake. It doesn't sound anything like one."
I took your word for it. And we
Yeah.
did kind of look at it, and
No,
it
that's
stopped
what it
for a bit.
was. Yeah.
But yeah, the altitude thing, we got up to the top of that, looked around. It was great scenery and stuff like that. It didn't really kick in for me until we were about halfway back down.
Oh,
And I was
really?
like,
That's what
holy,
hit you?
holy, come on, slow down.
Oh, really?
Well, I
Well,
should mention, Dave, though, that what Bernard's talking about, it's nothing like going up to the top of that mountain that we went to, because that's only about 3,000 or 3,500 feet.
Yeah.
All of the places we're going to be at in Colorado are at least 5,200 feet elevation or 5,000 foot elevation, which is about a mile. That's why Denver's called Mile High City, right? 5,280 or whatever it is. And, or I don't know what that is in meters for people that, for the smart people who use meters.
3,000 plus, I think.
Yeah,
No,
it's up there.
3,000 meters is like 10,000 feet, I think.
Well, whatever it is, it's up there. And the fact of the matter is that the air is definitely thinner, meaning the oxygen saturation is nothing like what you're used to down at sea level. And so if you fly in, you definitely need to be aware. You know, it's funny that Michelle mentioned that, because every time I've been to that area, I never even thought about it. I just I don't know. I must have a good constitution or something. Like I was talking about not getting sick, because I've never really noticed. I mean, I've gone up to 8,500 feet, and I notice when I go up the stairs, I'm a little bit short of breath, but it's never really affected me like it affects some people. But Sydney, though, she gets so messed up from the change. So it is real, and you have to be aware. Like if you get there and you're like, oh, I don't feel so good because I have a headache or whatever, that's probably what's going on.
Yeah. And the Georgetown, I think the Georgetown loop that we're doing on the Sunday,
that's up there,
is up there. But the good news is, like, as long as you spend like 24 to 48 hours at one altitude, then you can go to the next one. It's the people that get in trouble are the ones that basically fly into Denver and then immediately go to the ski resorts. And if you go to 5,000 and then 10,000 too quickly, like all in the same day, people really do get in trouble.
Yep.
We'll acclimatize.
Oh, for sure. Like you said, driving out there should help quite a bit too.
Yeah.
I've flown over it a couple times, and it's just like all you see is clouds beneath the plane. So that's the whole thing about me driving out there, is I actually want to see it, because it might just be a once in a lifetime trip for me. Who knows?
So the Georgetown loop sits at 8,530 feet, or 2,600 meters.
Didn't just Google that, did you?
I did actually, about the loop, Georgetown Loop Railroad. And oh wow, look at this.
There's a bridge over the loop. It kind of loops. That's why it's called Georgetown Loop.
Right.
It loops over itself. And they're going to probably, if they do what they did when I was there in the 90s, they're going to stop the train halfway over the bridge and say, don't look over the side.
Really?
Talk about scary. Oh my God. Because, you know, I mean, the car is wider than the track, right?
Yeah.
So all you see is this drop. You don't even see the track.
Well, and I scanned Sam, the engineer of the Georgetown Loop. So he's one of the scans, and actually that's what I'm doing today, is processing scans from the Model Railroad show. And I got a great scan of him.
Mm-hmm. He was wearing the bowler cap, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll be good to meet him, because that's one of the really cool things that Michelle knows him. So he agreed to give us a shop tour of the Silver Plume, I think is the name of it, shop.
Okay.
So we'll see where they work on their equipment. Should be really cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is I have no idea what we're doing because I'm late to the party. But I just know that whatever it's going to be fun.
Yeah. You've had the Michelle experience now, Bernard, so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, gosh.
And if you ever have a chance to go do some train stuff with her, just go. There's no questioning it. There's no reason not to go.
Yeah.
So,
you know, there's no emoji of a rattlesnake. I can get a snake, but I need, well, yeah.
That is a really important thing to know.
Yeah. It's more a king cobra, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that might rattle. Who knows?
Yeah.
We have Adam Cruz watching on my Facebook channel.
Hey, Adam is getting scanned.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Is-
Adam,
is-
you are one. So far, I think I've got 4 people who've said they're interested.
Oh, Adam says he's been sick all week too. I wonder, did you get COVID, Adam? Maybe I know I got it from you. That's what happened.
I've been
Oh.
testing negative every day. So,
Yeah.
That's good.
but I had it in October.
You probably still have the whatever you call that resistance still going on.
October, November.
And Container Man, how high is Flagstaff
It says here 7,000 feet.
for Flagstaff,
Yeah.
Arizona?
Oh yeah, Flagstaff is such a pretty place. We drove through there. I drove through there with Alvin and Gary a couple of years ago when we had our epic trip. You can catch that on, as a matter of fact, you can catch that on the Chasing Trains episode about that part of the trip because we stopped at the Flagstaff, what do you call it, depot, I guess.
Yeah.
And you could see us on the virtual rail cam thing.
Yeah, every time I go down and visit Vinny, we make sure we go there and we do a little dance or something for the camera. So
That's right. I remember seeing you there at the same place. Yeah. I remember I recorded it for you. Remember?
yep, you did. Yeah, I was begging a couple of people. It's like, find a way to record that. Send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a little worried about, like, I mean, we had a bit too much ridiculous fun with just the 5 of us. What's it going to be like when there are like 25 of us? Like, this is going to be off the charts.
25 might be a very small number.
I think it's going to be more than that.
You think
It's
so?
gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot more than that.
We have to be really careful though. And I want to really urge people, whoever's thinking about coming or whoever is coming, to make sure to sign up on that Facebook page, because if we don't know how many people are going, you're going to get left out of some stuff because
Yeah, now that's John, that's kind of the issue that I'm running across, because a lot of people send me messages and stuff. They've either been kicked off of Facebook because of whatever, or they don't do Facebook because they don't want to. And I can understand that, because I signed up for Facebook. The first person that found me was an ex-girlfriend. So if they don't have Facebook, I'm going to have to find a way to get them to get in touch with me to get signed up.
Oh, isn't the sign up not on Facebook though?
It's
Isn't
a
it on
Google
like
form.
Google? Yeah, it's on
a
a Google
Google
form.
form.
So you can share that link, Dave, on your YouTube channel.
Okay, so I'll have to get
Yeah.
that link, and then this Wednesday when I go live, I'll throw it out there in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can start filling it out.
I can't stress this enough though, because for example, and this is one of the really, really big things, the UP Steam Shop that we're supposed to get a tour of, there's a limit to how many people can go. They can't just let 100 people show up. So if you're not signed up, you won't be able to go, and it won't be because of us. It'll be because of UP, and they have like strict limits. The other thing is, if we show up to the Colorado Railroad Museum, we need to know how many people are going to be there, because they may not have enough volunteers on a Saturday morning or Friday morning. I don't remember which day it is now, to handle that many people. And the same thing goes with the Forney Museum of Transportation. They need to know, we need to know how many people are going to be there. And just so that people know, this is not some information gathering thing where we're going to send you a bunch of crap email or whatever. I mean, there might be an email next year if we do this again, just saying, hey, we're going to do this again. But other than that, it's not going to be, your information won't be used or sold or shared or.
And the other thing it kind of does too is it helps us get the pricing down too, right? Like if 10 people show up, you're only going to get so much of a discount. But if we get 25 people that want to do a certain thing, the price will obviously go down a little bit. So
I just shared the form. I don't know whether it's a clickable link or whether it, who knows? I mean, I don't know if you guys can copy and paste what I.
If you could open it on your computer, and then at the top there'll be the link, and you can just copy and paste that.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's still mine that just came up.
So I don't know whether that's going to work for people, but it's a very long.
I'm going to share this to Dave, to your stream, Dave.
Yep. Go ahead.
There it is. Docs, Google form. Yeah. Oh, you got it there too. And I'm going to share it to my audience.
That went over to yours.
Is there a way of doing a shorter path name, do you think?
No, it's up there.
It's up
if
there.
That's is that the form that you put up, John?
That's the form. Yep. If you click on that, it'll take you straight to the form so you can sign up.
Yeah. So that's on your channel and my channel for YouTube. I don't know if that showed up on Facebook. So
I sent it to my audience on YouTube and Facebook. So it went to at least 3 audiences. Did you share it on yours, Bernard, separately?
I did.
Okay. So I think everybody got it
It should
then.
be on all of it then. So
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
since
guys,
we're-
if you are coming to the meet and greet, then hit that form and fill it out, get it signed up so we know enough to start sending emails about certain events to you. So
since we're sharing things and sharing is caring, I see that Caboose 121 said that he wanted to get scanned.
Oh, cool.
So he said, I'm one being scanned. So I'm assuming that means he wants to get scanned. So I'm also going to share a link. And it's pretty simple. It's to the MiniPrints webpage, and it's just miniprints.com and then / meet and greet. And the meet and greet have little hyphens. So it's meet hyphen and hyphen greet. And that is the sign up sheet for the scanning. So if anybody, I've programmed specific spots. So I talked to Michelle, and she said that I will be able to scan people Friday night at the museum from 5 to 8 p.m. So that's a good time slot. So I think we're all going to be there. It's not an underscore Brandon, it's a dash. It's meet dash and dash greet. So Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. And that'll be scanning. And also then again, Saturday morning from 9 to 11. But there are only a set number of spots, and I'm trying to get people to sign up in advance so that we actually, can fit everybody in and know, when you're there.
Right.
now,
This is another.
oh, go ahead, John.
Oh, this is another one of those things where if you don't sign up, you can miss out, because Bernard's going to sell out on all of his slots that he has available. And if that happens and you haven't signed up, chances are you won't be able to get scanned this time. So you'll have to go to, where's the next one, Bernard? Back east someplace?
I don't
Train
know. I
test,
mean,
or-
I think after this trip, I'm going to have to actually print some stuff and send it out.
I know we're going back to Timonium in October.
Yeah, we're definitely doing Timonium. I will be at the NMRA.
Oh,
You're
the
doing
national.
Dallas, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
In
the
August.
convention in August.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine there's going to be much scanning or traveling between May and August, because definitely I gotta
Gotta
hunker
catch up.
down.
Yeah. So there was something else I was going to mention. Shoot, it was something important. I'll think of it later, I'm sure.
You think of that. And Bernard, I'm just asking about your scans for the Rocky Mountain Train Show. I know you booked for Saturday completely. Sunday, you were only half booked, weren't you?
Yeah, I filled up.
Did you fill up?
Yeah, I filled up. There were a lot of well, I filled up on Sunday with two things. I think I had about 5 or 6 walk-ups, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were all of these sort of, minor YouTube celebrities that I scanned.
Yeah.
I
How'd you make out without me, though?
did a whole bunch of sort of complimentary fun scans.
That's cool.
So Michelle was scanned on Sunday. John was scanned on Sunday. Engineer Ed, who we were talking about earlier, was scanned. Sam was scanned from the Georgetown Loop. So I kind of filled out Sunday. There was, I think, some show director of a Rocky Mountain train show might have gotten scanned on Sunday. There were a whole bunch of VIP scans that sort of filled up the spots. But all told, I think there were 40 scans. Oh, yeah. Adam was scanned on Sunday.
I remember what I was going to say, guys. Roy was in here saying, hey, have Sydney send out an email to everybody about who's signed up or whatever. She's going to. I think she has plans to send an email out, I think, this coming week. So she will make sure to send updates via email. That's another reason why we're having people sign up, so that we can communicate with you and let you know exactly what's going on. And then I see that you're answering the question. Somebody asked to clarify the dates of the meet and greet. That was my friend Jeff Pierce from Salt Lake City. And it's May 19th through the 21st. Now, with that being said, some of us are going to be there earlier and later as well. So if you show up earlier, just know that there will be some of us in the area. And frankly, especially for me, if you're on the TSG train crew, let me know for sure if you're going to be there earlier so that we can hang out, because I've been trying to rack my brain for things that we can do as train crew, TSG train crew. That's the people that are on my Patreon. And frankly, because there are so many people going and there are a lot of people that aren't on the crew, we don't want to do something that's like, well, you can't come because that's just kind of dickish, you know?
Yeah.
So we're not going to have anything where other people aren't welcome. So everybody's going to be welcome to go to everything. And I'll try to think of something that we can do, you know, whether it's just hanging out together or something. That's something that the other people won't want to do anyway.
It was kind of, I sent you that train car thing, like for the train ride that we do. If all TSG guys go into one train car, at least then you can kind of get group photos of your group.
That's true. Yeah, that might work.
And also seal the doors.
Yeah.
I'd have to stand in between, though, both of them.
We can shunt them onto a siding. Oh, wait, I'm a train crew member. What am I talking about?
Yeah, so.
That's the problem. There's not a lot of the people that are there are already on like this trip, Bernard. I was looking in the car. I'm like, hey, everybody here's on the train crew. How cool is that?
Yeah,
that is
awesome. It wasn't planned. It just I mean, it was planned in the sense that we planned to do it, but it wasn't something I planned to do. Hey, TSG train crew going to be in Colorado. Show up. You know?
I also have another super secret surprise up my sleeve. And I don't want to say too much, but everybody who attends the YouTube meet and greet.
Do you want to say that today, or do you want to save it till Wednesday?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say what it is, but I'll say it today, and then I'll say it on Wednesday too. But I've got a special little trick up my sleeve as well. So there's going to be a special little, I don't know, commemorative additional thingamabob that I will be giving out to everyone who attends. I'm not saying what it is.
Hopefully we'll have these available too.
What are those?
These are the buttons that got lost in the mail.
Oh, what happened to your mail?
Oh, here we go.
Don't get excited. I did not get them back from the post office. These just
happen to be lost.
These happen to be the 3 that I have here at home.
Is your package still lost?
It's still lost.
Oh.
It's so, Bernard, since you weren't here, I'll tell you what happens with the post office. Basically, apparently, I talked to someone from the post office and she said probably the package broke open.
Yeah.
And what they do if a package breaks open is they try to collect all the crap that fell out of it and they put it in another package and they send it all to Atlanta. I'm like, oh, so all my stuff is in Atlanta now. So I had to fill out a form. Remember you told me about the tracer?
Yeah.
I filled out the form and explained exactly what was in it. Like how many of these were in it, how many of these business cards were in it.
Okay.
Right. And the t-shirt that I had made for Michelle. Yeah, luckily I had pictures of all that stuff. And supposedly now they're going to try to find the lost
what's
crap
left of you.
and they're going to send it to me here. Now, I'm really waiting to find out if the post office, if they're really reputable and have integrity, they're going to refund my postage too, since they, oh, sorry, I almost cussed, since they messed up my delivery.
This is a big boy channel. I think you can do what you want to say.
Well, I know, but it's also on my channel. I'm trying to stay friendly. So,
so it's only good on my channel.
Yeah, we can't drop any F-bombs here. So how about a TH bomb? They really fucked up my delivery.
To answer the question,
that.
There was an STL file, and yes, I do allow access to the STL file that people can have and print on their own. There is an additional charge on that, but we can talk about that. If someone wants to drop me a line, we can definitely chat further. And people can always reach out to me from the MiniPrints page or my emails all over the place. And if they have any questions.
So is the plan, Dave, then that you're going to do a live stream on your channel on Wednesday that we can go over all this stuff? Because if it is, then I should make the announcement on my channel that we're also going to stream that live.
Yeah, this was the test to see if we could get your channel and my channel up and running at the same time.
Okay.
I'll make some little... was just why not, right?
So it was an afterthought. Now, am I invited on Wednesday since I'm part of this test, or is this just for the two of you cool boys?
Oh, for sure, you're invited.
All right, so then
you're going to be there doing your scans and stuff too, so it'd be nice to get the word out there. What's going to happen is hopefully Tuesday I'm going to get all the information from Michelle.
Okay.
Hopefully she sends it then to you and to John, so we can all talk about the same thing. go through what's going to happen at the meet and greet, what we've got set up. If there's any fees that are coming up that she knows about, we'll throw that out there too. Your scanning. John's going to be doing some live streaming while we're there, and just throw it all out there. It'll be basically 6 weeks until the meet and greet. So it's kind of this is it, guys. You have to get signed up. You have to get your hotels, and be there. If not, you're going to end up missing out. So,
well, and airfare is going to go up the longer you wait. I mean, assuming people are flying, you kind of want to book your tickets now.
But the whole thing, like being in this area and stuff like that, you can't just show up and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I need a place to stay, and find out everything's booked. Because I know the DoubleTree has been booked for a while for this.
Yeah.
So you might end up missing out on some of the sale prices that came with the meet and greet, because there was codes set up for that too. But
yeah, I couldn't get in on that.
Maybe people in the chat can say where they're staying, because I know Containerman 68 staying somewhere else, and Steve 87 PSAP's coming. I'm not quite sure where he's staying. So, but there is different hotels in the area that people are going to and stuff. So,
yeah, where am I? Hang on, I forget where I am. I'm somewhere.
People are running out of time if you're going to book this kind of stuff. So that's why I do this like 6 months in advance. Let people book their holidays, get things planned, booked. Hotel rooms, airfare, if you're going to be renting a car type thing. So
yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to this. And
I think I'm at the DoubleTree.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so. Not the maybe not the one that had the code rate. No, I'm not at the Denver Park one.
There's one place I have to mention. I think Heath is staying here.
Oh.
We were having some jokes at his expense while we were there, called the Clarion Inn or something like that. That's one you need to avoid.
Oh no.
not because
don't anyone tell Heath.
Yeah, not because we stayed there and have a direct experience with it, but looking from the outside, it doesn't look like a very welcoming place. It sounds good, right? Clarion Inn. It sounds like oh, that sounds very high end. Like they're blowing the trumpets for you to show up when you show up. But no, I mean, like they have like wood over the windows, and
oh, geez,
they have these balconies that are made, and it looks like they're going to fall off the side of the building. But it is very inexpensive. So they might even have some openings there, vacancy there. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the inside is actually totally redone and beautiful inside, right? Jeff Pierce says hourly room rate.
I was looking at that. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe even by the half hour, Jeff. I'm not like I'm trying to be very inexpensive when we travel, because there's not a lot of cash flow going on here. But that's one place I don't think I would stay. I would just spend the extra money to go someplace else.
I'm at the Homewood Suites by Hilton, Greeley.
Yeah, we stayed there the last time we were there, Bernard, and it was a good place. That's a really good place, actually.
Yeah, and that's where I stayed on this last trip last week.
Okay, so
I went back. It was fine. Yeah, I mean, but then again, here's the important thing: you're not going to be in your hotel room.
No,
like you will not be in your hotel room. Like you'll be picked up at the crack of dawn, and you will leave at the crack of dawn, and you will arrive back exhausted, at the wee hours. And if you're spending any time in your hotel room other than sleeping, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, maybe the Clarion would be okay if all you're going to do is sleep there. I mean, but you have to make sure there's a bed in the room before.
I was going to say, as long as the mattress doesn't get up and walk away while you're sleeping on it, you're okay. So we touched on TSG, or we touched on, oh my God, MiniPrints.
Stop touching me.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the Dr. Mini, and I'm like, I wish that would go away. But we know what Bernard's going to be trying to do at the meet and greet and getting some people scanned and stuff like that. So yes, you do have to sign up on the YouTube or the Facebook page for that, or go to miniprints.com and get signed up there.
Yeah.
TSG, John, you're going to show up at this meet and greet. What's your plans?
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun for one thing. But Michelle said that they're going to have fiber internet access at the museum by the time this happens. And since I have experience with this cart setup that I did at the train show,
Mhm.
I'm going to go live. And I think I'm going to have the same cart setup that I did for the train show, but I'm going to put cameras in different places in the museum. And it should be a lot of fun because I'm still kind of formulating exactly what kind of a video setup I want with it. Being at the museum, there's access to electricity, so I may bring an actual video mixer and other kinds of equipment. And I don't really know for sure what we'll talk about, but I want to do a live show, a live stream from the museum when we're all there. And I think that's going to happen twice.
Well, it looked like there was a nice place to set up. Like when you guys started your tour of the museum and then walked around and ended the tour, there's a little area for everybody to sit. So that looks like it's got enough room for a setup.
Right. But that's where Bernard's going to be scanning people in that large open space.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get the where the Harry Potter train display is going to be MiniPrints scanning central.
Do you know what might be fun to do? And I don't know if there's enough space there to set this up, but what if we had a bunch of chairs set up and the MiniPrints scanning was the main sort of stage,
That
and
would work.
everybody like just claps and cheers while everyone's getting scanned?
I think that everyone should heckle the person.
That's
getting
what I'm
scanned.
thinking, something like that.
See if they can force them to break character.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be there forever then, because as soon as somebody moves, you got to start the scan over.
I think that could be pretty damn funny. But just say you can't say anything. You can only cheer or clap. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. And I think that I don't know. But once I figure out what I want to do, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like the live show that we just did last weekend. So in case people don't know, or maybe they aren't subscribed to my channel, I'll explain for all of the other people that are subscribed to your guys' channels. At the Rocky Mountain Train Show last weekend, so a week ago today and tomorrow, I did a live stream from the show for the entire open to close of the show. And what I did was we had this cart that we set up a tripod with a good camera on, and then I had two phones that were called into a StreamYard show just like this, and I used StreamYard as my video mixer. It was actually, well, I don't want to sound like I don't want to hurt myself patting myself on the back, but it was kind of an ingenious way to get a video mixer there when none existed. Anyway, so we went through the entire show and talked to almost every exhibitor other than the layouts. We talked to some people at layouts, but most we didn't have time to. One of the people we did talk to is Adam Cruz, who's been commenting on our chat on one of our channels. That was like one of the few layouts that we did talk to, but I went through the entire show like that. And luckily we had a dedicated Wi-Fi that only we got to use. So the quality was maintained. And then on Sunday, not only did we stream from the show and talk to almost all of the manufacturers, I think I missed like 4 manufacturers, but I also live streamed Ed Dickens' presentation about UP Steam.
Oh yeah, that was a good one, by the way.
So,
that was awesome.
So if anybody's interested in watching those, they're on my channel. You can watch them on the replay. The one that's going to be, I think, most interesting for people would be Ed Dickens' talk, which was on Sunday about, I don't know, 3 or so hours into the stream. So that's what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking I'll use a similar setup with the cart and the camera on the cart. I just have to decide, exactly what I want to do and how I want to do it. But
So
it'll be good.
I got my first sign up.
Oh, cool.
I want to do a shout out right now. The very first sign up scan, official sign up scan, is Cameron.
Good. Yeah, that's Caboose.
Thank you, Cameron.
That's Caboose 121.
You are officially signed up.
Well, I'm hoping Containerman 68 signs up too, because everybody's got a big rig on their layout, so they need somebody to drive it.
They need a driver.
Yeah.
And a few people have asked about sitting down.
It's hard.
Which is really hard to do. So it might be possible if we find a bar stool, and if we can balance the bar stool. Now you're going to have to sign a waiver so you don't fall off the bar stool. But if we can balance the bar stool on the rotating platform and it all balances properly, we can do sitting down. But if we can't, find a bar stool to balance, then you can do the position that you're sitting down with your arms. Like that's what Ed did. Ed did the, like he was sitting, riding, operating the steam engine, and I'll just sort of chop you off at the waist. So, we'll work around it. It's just a matter of figuring out how we can balance people on a spinning platter.
Ed was really still when he was doing that. He had hand on the throttle and hand on the what do you call it? The armrest.
Yeah.
And as
Arm
I
out
was
the window,
watching, as I was watching him getting scanned, I'm like, he looks like a wax figure.
Yeah.
Like those old museums where they create celebrities out of wax. That's what it looked like. He was so still. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. I can't wait. I've looked at a scan. I haven't done the full process on it yet, but it's really good. Like I'm quite pleased with the way it turned out.
Yeah.
So everybody you've scanned so far, are they letting themselves be sold on the website?
Everybody.
He's such a pimp, Bernard.
It's really, it's incredible. Well, I mean, these are great poses, right? The thing is, it's a lot of people are happy to do it. And there's some like people came to the Rocky Mountain Train Show. One person came with a martini glass, which was awesome. Would never thought of that. Another lady, Teresa, came with a watering can, which is perfect for spring. So people really get into costume and character. And, if you watched my last MiniPrints Live, which was Wednesday, which is up on my YouTube channel, John was a guest. I show some of the people that came in, and everyone was like dressed up with props. It was great. It'll be fun.
I had a prop too. I had my camera.
You did.
You did.
Yeah.
I had my whole Chasing Trains outfit on, so that if people want to have me on their layout chasing trains, you can do it.
Yeah, when I was watching Michelle do hers and she was like that, it's like, hey, that's my pose. You can't do that.
I would suggest that if people want to do a full Chasing Trains scene on their layout, to have Michelle. She's been on Chasing Trains many times. Dave, you've been on it.
Yeah.
Trying to remember who else has been on Chasing Trains.
Is Elvin going to be at our meet and greet?
Yeah, Alvin's going to be there.
So there we go. We got to get him signed up for a scan.
Yeah, and Gary's going to be there too.
Awesome.
Alvin and Gary are coming out on the California Zephyr, I think.
So we got to talk them into getting scanned then too.
Yeah.
Adam Cruz was in uniform. He just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Jennifer has joined us. Hello, Rail Graphics.
Very cool.
And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, there was one gentleman that showed up with 3 cameras around his neck, like 3 huge lenses. So that'll be a fun one if I can sort of piece that back together.
Yeah.
There's a question. I'm not sure where it's coming from. This might be on yours, Dave. That's Ray Ron VR saying, for Ed's scan, does UP own his likeness? How does copyright work with him?
Oh, I can answer that. So Engineer Ed, no last name, no company name. Right. So forever known as Engineer Ed, is a generic engineer named Ed, who will be appearing as an individual and will be available for sale.
Cool.
We do not know what Ed's last name is, and we do not know where Ed works. We just know him as Engineer Ed. And that has officially been sanctioned and is legal and is fine.
I will tell you one thing though. When I used to work for somebody else many years ago, if I had myself scanned, they would not own it because your employer does not own you.
No.
Yeah.
Or your likeness.
Now, if he was all dressed up in UP garb and such things and said this is going to be for the UP.
No such thing happened.
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
I mean, I basically just walked into the crowd and grabbed a random person and said, is your name Ed? And are you an engineer? And it's amazing how many engineers there are named Ed. They're everywhere.
Especially in Colorado, right?
Yeah, you just walk into a crowd and grab someone named Ed and say, are you an engineer?
Or you tell them their name's now Ed.
Exactly. You will always be Ed to me.
So this test is doing really good. John, what else do you know that we're going to be doing at this meet and greet?
Well,
I know
I
you're a
don't
little
know.
behind the scenes with it, so
Yeah, I don't know the timelines of everything, but I do know that we're going to go for the Steam Shop tour, like I was mentioning, and the space will be limited for that because they can't have a ton of people show up.
yeah.
I know I'm signed up, so I'll get to go. Pretty sure you guys are going to get to go because you signed up.
I'm pretty sure I signed up, but mine glitched when I hit the enter button.
Oh well, we'll just have to see you when it's over then.
I'll be standing outside the shop. Come on.
Yeah.
How was it, guys?
I think part of that particular day, and I think that's on Saturday, but I don't remember for sure. Don't
Yeah.
don't hold me to this. But I think we're going to be also checking out something called Depot Days in Cheyenne, which is where the Steam shops are.
Yep.
And Depot Days is an event that's held around the Cheyenne Depot, I think.
Only that weekend, too.
Yeah, so I believe we're going to get a tour of that museum, which is really cool. They have all kinds of great stuff in this museum, as well as a very well-known, especially if you read the Narrow Gauge and Short Line Gazette, a well-known layout upstairs that was built by a guy named Harry Brunk. And Harry Brunk wrote hundreds of articles, if I'm not mistaken, for the Narrow Gauge and Short Line Gazette. So many articles that Bob Brown, who's the publisher, has been the publisher of the Narrow Gauge and Short Line Gazette for the past 40 years or however long it's been around, actually made 2 full hardback books just out of Harry Brunk's writing. So that's how prolific this guy was. He died recently, so he won't be there, but his layout is still there. And it's HO scale. I believe it's a narrow gauge. I've seen it, but I don't, I've done so many things on these trips that I don't remember everything as well as I could or should.
Yeah.
So that's going to be part of it. And on that same day will be the shop tour. And the shop is very much worth going to. I mean, that's where they keep the big boy. So I don't know. I can't speak for that directly, what we'll get to do there. But I do know when I was there last, I got to go in the cab of the 844. Big boy was all steamed up, so I don't think they were going to let me in the cab of that one.
Right.
I mean, whatever. I wouldn't. I'm not the kind of person that would try to do anything stupid, like trying to make, hey, what does this do? So
Brake release. Okay.
yeah. So that's
Where's the on button?
exactly. Yeah. Where's the go button? Exactly. So, or
You're the guy
or the whistle.
You're the guy standing beside the tracks yelling, "Make it go faster!"
Yeah. Run it on the main line. Track speed. Yeah. But so there's that. There's a trip to Georgetown Loop, which we talked about, where we're going to ride the train and also get a shop tour there.
Yep.
And for those who don't know, Georgetown Loop is a narrow gauge railroad up in the Colorado mountains, up in the Rockies. And that's also a very cool and dramatic ride. We're going to go to the Colorado Railroad Museum, not the Model Railroad Museum. We're going to do that too, but I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Colorado Railroad Museum, and that's a place in Golden, Colorado. And they have a circle of standard and narrow gauge, dual gauge track, basically, that they run stuff on. I don't know what they'll be running or even if they will be running when we're there, but they also have dozens and dozens of static display pieces on display that you can go up and check out. I'd be really surprised if we don't get a shop tour there because they have steam engines that they work on in their shop and a big turntable. As a matter of fact, if you look on my channel and search for Colorado Railroad Museum, you will find a video that I recorded with a guy named Rob Kramer last summer. And it's one of my favorite videos of places that I've gone to do videos because we did this scene with Rob demonstrating how the turntable works, where I set the cameras up on the turntable and he just pushes it with just, and it's an Armstrong turntable. So to see how easily it pushes is pretty remarkable because those turntables, you put on a, 40-ton engine or whatever onto it or heavier, 90 tons, whatever, and one guy can push it. because it's just a balancing act. So anyway, there's that. I believe we're gonna go to the Forney Transportation or Forney Museum of Transportation, which is another place. I should have mentioned this. So I'm going to back up for a second. The big boy, the one that everyone talks about, 4014,
Yeah.
that UP runs now, is in the Steam Shops in Wyoming. There's also a big boy on static display in a park in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And then there's another one at this place that I just mentioned, the Forney Museum of Transportation. They have the 4005. So if you're one of these people that has made a list of all the 8 big boys that are left that you can go see somewhere, you can mark off 3 of them on this one trip. You'll see the 4014 in the Steam Shops if you sign up.
Yep.
You'll see the 4004 in Holiday Park in Cheyenne, and you'll see the 4005 at the Forney Museum of Transportation.
Now, John,
Yes.
how many big boys were ever made? You said
I
there were
think
8 left.
I think there were 25 built,
Yeah, 25.
and there's 8 left that are somewhere.
And we're going to see 3 of them. So we're going to see more than 10% of all the big boys that ever existed.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's like 12% or something, 12.5%.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've
4022s at Steamtown.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I've never seen a
one.
big boy, so this is going to be great.
Yeah. And Adam Cruz is saying, hopefully the goose at Colorado Railroad Museum. Yes.
What's
There's actually, I think, 2 that live there. 2 galloping geese live at the Colorado Railroad Museum.
Not Canada geese?
Nope. So you'll actually enjoy these geese.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that. And then, of course, there's going to be some time hanging out at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. That's when Bernard will be 3D scanning people. And again, we're going to have the full lineup on Wednesday of what times and, how, whatever, all that stuff.
Do you know, John, are we going to is there going to be operations happening at the Colorado Model Railroad Museum when we're there?
I think so. I think Michelle said that she's planning to have people there so that we can do ops. I think she's going to run an op session.
I spent so much time. I mean, the only time I really had to look at the Model Railroad Museum was when you were cameraman. Thank you for the 1-hour tour, which I hope people have watched because it's amazing. And I was so focused on what Dan was saying, our tour guide, that I really didn't get a good chance to soak it all in. So I'm really looking forward. I mean, that layout is overwhelming. It is fantastic. So I would very much like to go back and just be an operator, take a look at it, really absorb it. It's a fantastic layout. I mean, it's really one of the nicest layouts I've ever seen.
Sure. Well, I can tell you that it's the single biggest fully scenic layout that I've ever seen. I mean, it's what is it, 5,500 square foot building that it's in. I mean, the building that it's in is so big that they can fit a full prototype size caboose in there. So
that's something else I was thinking of too, is you can go into the caboose and see that. And then John, you also did a video a while back. There's like a train simulator thing where it's a train actually on the layout, but you can sit in the simulator and run it. So
that's another one of those things that I've made videos of almost everything we're going to do. So if people are like on the fence, not sure I want to go. The only thing that I haven't made a video, like an official video, 2 things. I have videos taken at these places, but I've never had them actually talk about what's there and give a full tour. The Steam Shop and the Georgetown Loop. I have a video from the Georgetown Loop that I took in like 1991 or 92 with a VHS camcorder. It's a terrible video, but it'll give you an idea of what you'll see there. Because we went up on the bridge and I think I looked over the side of the car and nearly crapped myself. But yeah, and I did take video of the big boy at the Steam Shops going on the turntable. I don't know if you guys saw that on my channel. We're not going to see the big boy turn on the turntable, I don't think, but seeing it inside the shop in its natural habitat will be really exciting. But you can see almost all this stuff, including that simulator, which, Dave, I was corrected. It's not really a simulator per se. A simulator would be like a game, where you're controlling stuff and it just appears on the screen.
Yeah, that actually controls the train on the layout, right?
Yeah, this thing, it is so cool. There's a car with a camera on the layout that's transmitting the signal to this cab. I almost called it a simulator.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're controlling with the controls of this F unit. You're controlling the thing that's on the layout and being fed the information back from what's on the layout. So it's pretty cool.
So that would make a good video, though, like one of us sitting in the cab of that thing running it and somebody else doing like a split screen of that train actually going around the layout at the same time. That'd be...
Yeah.
I don't know who has a viewer on YouTube, but someone is making comments that needs to be banned.
Yep.
I don't know who's on yours. I don't know whose stream that is.
I think that's on yours, Dave. If you want, I'll try to switch over to yours and I'll see if I can get
I'm on
rid of
yours right now, so.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it. Get rid of that crap.
It's non-train related.
Usually I got a lot of mods out there that'll jump on that, but
yeah, well,
I hope it's not mine.
It might be.
Let me go and take a look at my stream. I don't know how to find my stream.
See, and I've tried to set that up too, that you got to be a subscriber for at least a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I set it up, I come back and do the live stream, it's gone. So,
that's weird.
Like, it doesn't save it.
That's really weird.
I don't think it's me.
It's all right. Cameron got it.
Good.
The person was hidden by Caboose 121. Thanks, Cameron.
Awesome.
Excellent. It takes a village.
It does.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Yes. And I want to thank Roy for signing up for the second scan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Containerman 68?
I think so. Does Containerman 68 have the first name Roy with the second name beginning with H?
Yes, he does.
That would be him.
That's
Awesome.
our guy.
All right. Well, thank you. That's awesome. So there we go. 2 down. So this is going to be great. Yay, Roy.
Yay, Roy. Do I sound excited or what?
Oh, it's
Excited with a flu or a cold.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little hoarse here.
Yeah, I probably should slowly do some scan work. And it looks like we got another person who wants to lose some pounds and then get scanned. So the good news is, if you want to lose a few pounds, you've got 6 weeks to do your burpees, and then get scanned. So I know another person has said that they want to get into shape. So
that was James Wright. I need to lose some pounds, then I'll get
scanned. Yeah, and I believe Heath has also committed to a second scan.
I know Bob is showing up from Bob's N scale layout, and I'm wondering if James Wright's going to show up to the meet and greet too.
Well, it looks like it because he says he needs to lose some pounds and then he's going to get scanned. So
that'd be pretty cool.
I think what we need to do is we need to have all YouTubers. Everyone's trading stickers, and I saw someone mentioning, I think it might have been Adam, saying that he was going to bring stickers, which is a really good idea. If everyone brings stickers, because then we can have a sticker trading session. I like it. So let's all trade stickers at this event, but I think it'd be really cool if we can all start trading little figures.
There you go.
There you go.
But for James, James Bernard does offer that service. He'll take your head and put it on my body. It looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
This is not like gummy bears where I take the red head and put it on the green body.
Oh, man.
I thought you would do that for an extra charge. I'm trying to sell this, man.
Body sculpting available at extra charges.
Yeah.
And James said he's going to be in Indiana that weekend. So,
all right.
So Fran Foley on my Facebook page is saying something that I don't understand. Oh, he says, can't you reduce the X and Y gain in the STL? So just slim it down. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I can make you wafer thin.
Yeah, that's good. Oh,
All
Yeah, so
righty.
the StreamYard chat, all the Facebook chat comes up in that too. So
so are you seeing all the chat that's coming from my channel as well?
yeah,
You
I
see
think
Fran
so.
Foley? Okay.
that's on the
cool.
stream. That's on the StreamYard's chat. Everything's
That's-
coming up.
Yeah, I'm in
That's
your
StreamYard,
chat.
and I'm seeing everything in StreamYard. So
That is really convenient. This is a pretty cool little feature. I think I will do this on Wednesday.
Yeah, I like it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
do
then we
that
don't-
too.
We don't miss anything, right? I think that's pretty cool.
So Sparky,
Yo,
for my viewing pleasure as well as everyone else here, what are you thinking? When are you going live on Wednesday, and we can all program it in?
well, Wednesdays for me is 7 p.m. Eastern. It's
Okay.
just called the Wednesday Night Live Chat.
Okay.
4 o'clock for John. So, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just invite you guys back up, but we'll stream to our channels also, just like
Yeah.
we are now. So,
Perfect.
and
Yeah.
like I said, hopefully I'm supposed to get the itinerary from Michelle Tuesday, get a few things up with you and John. Maybe we can all get some slides that we can all share together about what's going on.
Yep.
Websites and stuff like that. Get it all set up Wednesday and just tell everybody, hey, this is your last chance basically to get signed up for this thing, and hotels, airfare, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah,
really
and
puts it out
I
the door.
really use me as a cautionary tale, because I should have just, I mean, I had no idea. I should have just signed up months ago and probably would have saved a ton on hotels and airfare. But act now, because I really didn't think that it was, I mean, I don't get vacation being a small business owner, right? That's the joys of self-employment. So I remember saying to you that there's just no way I could think that, I could justify being, 2 locations in such quick whatever. But like, I just had so much fun. It's like, there's no way I can't go to this thing.
Yeah.
Right? You went from there's no way I can to there's no way I can't.
Exactly.
And that's one of those things that, if you had given into the negative side of you, which you would, that's just not you, Bernard. I'm sorry
I
to
know.
say you. If you had given into the negative side and thought I just can't go last week, think of all the fun you would have missed out on.
I'm still recovering.
We have how many inside jokes just from hanging around for a couple of days? Jeez.
Oh, and I heard Lauren fit right into you guys too. So,
Oh God, that guy's hilarious. I told him at the show, Dave, there was some time when you had me on with him on one of your streams, I don't know, a year or two ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But he was really low energy that day. And I was watching the whole time going, because I didn't know him, right? I did not know how much of a dynamic character he is. And he was just and I think it was the end of the day. He probably had a long day at work plus doing his train shop stuff. And he was so low energy. And at the train show, I said, I can't believe this is you. Because I recalled that memory of him. I said, I thought you were going to be this really deadpan, boring kind of monotone guy. And I know something about deadpan, monotone guys. Trust me when I tell you that. And he's like, no, I don't know. I don't know what happened or something. And I felt so bad after telling him that. I apologized to him the next day, saying I shouldn't have told you that, because it was just one time,
Well,
yeah, it was back when live streaming and everything was all kind of new to Lauren, and being on video and stuff like that. And he wasn't sure exactly what it was. And
having met him now, I love that guy. He's funny as hell. I mean, all we did was joke. I don't know, Bernard, how you got any work done with him next door.
It's so cliche. I mean, it is so cliche to say it, and it's going to sound silly when I say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Yes, we're going to go see trains, and yes, we're going to do a lot of fun model railroad things, and yes, we're going to go rail fanning, and it's trains, all about trains. But the reason I'm going back, I mean, I can rail fan anywhere. I can rail fan out my front door, but it's I love hanging out with you guys. Like it is the people. Like, yes, we're all united with our love of trains, and we're going to see trains and ride on trains and talk about trains and operate trains and take photographs of trains and drink out of mugs that have trains on them and all the rest of it.
The trains are the excuse.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I just had so much fun and I can't wait to meet. Like, I mean, I met a few of the YouTubers at the YouTube meet and greets that we did at Timonium, Sparky and Amherst. But I can't wait to meet. Like, it's so cool. And I'll go off on a tangent for 1 minute, but it is so cool to like actually physically meet, because this is the first time John and I met.
Yeah.
With last week. It's so neat to actually meet somebody that you kind of know online, but it's totally different when you can like, poke them and like,
You probably did too. You walked over to him and went, "Are you
I
real?"
did. I'm like, oh my God, you're famous. I've seen you on TV. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like trains are great, but it's gonna be really neat to meet some of these people that we've never met before.
What
So
you're
if
saying,
you haven't
Bernard,
been on one of my YouTube meet and greets, there's always an unofficial meeting before the meet and greet actually starts, because people fly in the day before or whatever. And May 18th, we're all going to be hanging out at Michelle's place. If you get the address, it's because you're signed up and got the address in an email. So it's not just something you can just show up to. The unofficial meet and greet part of it is where you really get to meet the real people behind the channels.
And greet.
And the greet is there for sure. And then every time we always hang out I doubt we're going to have a place this time that's going to have a fire pit and we can all sit around in a circle, tell stories and drink quite a bit, but you never know. It might just happen. But everybody just hangs out. And so many times it's like, well, maybe I should go to bed. It's probably 10 o'clock and we got a big morning. And it's like, dude, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you might as well stay up and go in the morning. Just stay up all night. It's fine.
Take your multivitamins.
Yeah. Something you said, Bernard, which really goes to the whole thing. On my channel, I have this series that's been going on for, God, probably almost 10 years now, called Chasing Trains, right?
Yep.
And one of the things that I have said over and over again is that when we go out chasing trains, I don't even care if we see a train, because it's all about just hanging out with your friends. It's like people go fishing for the same reason. People go hunting for the same reason. Hopefully no animals die when they go hunting. But the point isn't because you're out there, to catch a fish or to shoot a train. The point is you're out there to hang out with your friends and just have fun. We don't care if we see a train. I mean, ask anybody that's been on a Chasing Trains episode. Well,
when we did it, John, we went to that one curve spot, was up in the hill type thing. I forget where it was, but it was behind the Costco or some kind of food place. And we sat there for 3 hours before a train ever showed up, but we were still having a great time.
Yeah, it's all about hanging out. So, and that goes to what you're talking about, Bernard. And it's never about the train. Now, sometimes, the big boy's running.
Yeah.
So,
and it's about the train.
Yeah. I have to mention because Cameron's asking the question about people that are signed up. And I mentioned this earlier, so I'll mention it again.
Yeah.
Is that I believe Sydney's going to send out an email to everyone who has signed up.
It's a good idea.
And something else that's actually pretty important is that if you're signed up and someone else is asking you for information, please don't give it to them, because that's going to throw the numbers off. It'll throw the numbers off. And if people show up and they're not on our thing that's signed up, it's going to really suck if there's no space like to the UP Steam shops.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to really suck for someone to have to say, I'm sorry, but you can't go.
Yeah, get them to sign up. So.
Right, because we didn't know you were coming. So please don't share the information with people that aren't signed up. I'm just asking because, I don't want to, I'll do it, but I don't want to be the person to have to tell you that I'm sorry you can't go, because there's no
then
space.
We'll have to call security.
Yeah.
And that's Heath, right?
Security looks like this guy right here. This big, tall, tough guy.
Hold on. That way.
Nope, you did it wrong.
I like the first way you pointed.
That way.
You have to do the opposite of what you're thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what are you doing? Is that what you're doing?
Which finger?
Which finger is that?
Speaking of security, Heath just showed up, Humanity Junction, and he's asking, are we streaming to YouTube on different channels?
Yeah.
And yeah, it is through StreamYards. When you do the invite, there's a place to copy and the link, send it to that person, and then you just hit another button that says stream to their channel. So.
Can you guys share that link again? Because I'm trying to, I found it. Never mind. I
This
found it.
is
Here we go.
for Bernard C.
Yeah, for Bernard C. I just shared it to my stream. I don't know if that goes to your guys' streams or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if anybody's coming in there in this live stream, no matter which channel you're watching, fill
Yeah.
out that document so we know.
And the document, if you can't click on the link, is also available if you are on Facebook at the 2023 YouTube meet and greet. And I found it quite easily.
Yeah.
Just type in 2023 YouTube on Facebook and it just pops right up.
Right. Easy to find if you're on Facebook. The reason why we're sharing the Google Doc direct link is because a lot of people aren't on Facebook.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So, and I hate to be all, strict about signing up or whatever, because I know I would be really myself would be really hesitant to sign up for stuff just because I don't want people to have all my whatever information. I think all she's asking for is your email and your cell phone. That's what we can communicate when we're there.
Yeah.
But I will say it again. That information isn't going to be shared or sold or used for anything else, and Heath is now asking, how does he know if he signed up? Go to that little link over there and see if you're signed up. If you're not sure, sign up again. That way
it'll be in the replay of this video on all these channels, guys. So it'll be there. So,
and if you sign up again, do we get to go twice?
You get to pay twice anyway.
Yeah, you can bring me 2 presents instead of just one. Fran Foley on my Facebook is asking about the dates, and the dates are May 19th, 20th, and 21st. Those are the official dates that
and
were
that's the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday.
Correct.
Right.
But I'm flying in, for example, on the Thursday because there is something Thursday night, correct?
Right, which Dave just alluded to a moment ago. We are going to get together at Michelle's on Thursday for some kind of a cookout deal. And here's another one of those things. I've been to Michelle's cookouts in the summer at her place, and it's not something you want to miss if you can be there. So
yeah, she's got 2 beer fridges in the backyard, doesn't she?
Yeah, and one of them I found had something in it called horchata beer.
Oh,
that's like this Mexican drink, horchata.
Hmm.
It's like a cinnamon flavor. It was a weird experience, but it was a beer that was worth trying twice. I don't know if she'll have it, but I'm just saying that was the kind of surprise you might get.
That's good because you don't even drink that much. So
I don't drink that much.
Well, and there's good beer in Colorado. I found that out. Oh my goodness. No, there are microbreweries everywhere, and everywhere. Oh yeah. And they're good beers. There's a microbrewery right in Greeley, not far from the Model Railroad Museum that we went to. And they have some really nice brews.
There's a lot of stuff in walking distance from the museum.
Yeah.
So, and that brewery is one of them.
Yeah.
It's called Weld Works or something.
Works. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in the museum and Greeley are in a county called Weld County. So Weld Works.
I mean, it's so scenic. I mean, the view just from here. I want to put a picture up. Can I put a picture up?
I don't know. Try it.
Well, no, I think Sparky's in charge.
Oh,
for what? Oh, you want me to add that?
Just there's I mean, this is the view out the door of the museum. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, I mean, every building that I saw, I want to get little stickers made that say model me, because this is the view from the front door of the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. And that's the D&D Bean Company and the Trinidad elevator. And, every one of these would make a fantastic kit. Everywhere you turn, there's kind of this little building that you're like, oh man, I want to model that.
Well, I'm sure you got some more slides you can show us.
Oh, you've already seen them. You want more?
A few people showed up late.
All right, let's see.
Let's hook them in. Let's get them to go and.
I did this. This is really pretty. This is a panorama.
Did you know you can actually stop those, Bernard? You push the button, and then when you're done, you push the button again.
What?
Yeah,
you don't have to sweep.
I heard something about that.
Yeah,
it's amazing. This whole
the panoramic ones. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I taught John how to use his camera.
Yeah, that was kind of a joke there for a bit.
Yeah,
have an iPhone for like 10 years. What do you mean I can do it this way?
There are these amazing grain elevators everywhere. We just don't know. And this is like a Purina feed elevator, I think. I mean, everywhere.
Even in the background, Look to
Yeah.
the left. Yeah, look at that. There's
There's
more
another
stuff
one.
back there.
Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3 elevators in a row. So, I mean, what else do we have here? Oh, yeah, we saw that. Colorado. Yeah, I kind of went panorama crazy. That's kind of a fun one. You can see the caboose in there.
So next time you guys go there, are you going to try to find your way under the big mountain?
Yes, for sure.
Because I heard there's a library under there.
That is
That's
correct.
what I've been told. And I almost zonked out in the caboose with their bunk beds or their beds. They
Oh,
used
I
to be
wonder if
bunk beds.
Michelle will actually let me stay there and I can like unbook my room.
Hey, yeah, that's like the Caboose Inn, right? Didn't you stay at the Caboose Inn last time?
Oh, man, I was not thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, there. And then this is a very typical photograph of Michelle. This is like we were always like just train. And sometimes we found trains by mistake. We weren't even looking for them. Sometimes we got lost and found trains.
Oh, your MiniPrints tank car. That was cool to see.
Oh, yeah. So this is Adam. This is Adam's work.
Yeah.
This is the first and only ever, as far as I know, MiniPrints tank car that Adam manufactured that's actually in revenue service. So this was part of an operating train on his, I guess, Fremo module layout that was running around delivering resin to industries. Quite amazing modeling. I was really fun to see.
Hey guys,
That was when you first started doing stickers and stuff.
Well, that was a year ago. That was my second anniversary promotion. Oh,
we have Heath asking a question about whether people can see his chat in the text chat, and I want to explain just real quickly for people watching. If you're on my channel, the only people who can see your typing are on my channel. We, the three of us that are talking to you, can see all of them. For some reason, StreamYard connects all of our stuff together and we can see all of the comments. But unfortunately, for those who are viewing, only the people that are specifically watching on one of our channels, whatever it is, you know, these guys, this guy and this guy.
Should I move them around?
Camera 1, camera 2.
Oh, now this guy, take off.
Take off, eh?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing is I mean the mountains. I mean, I can't wait to go. We didn't really go into the mountains.
You will.
Yeah, we didn't go into the mountains on this trip.
Yeah, you'll go into those mountains. On,
they're
Loop.
mountains. So those, and they're real and they're spectacular.
Yeah, Heath has a lot of questions. He's a very inquisitive guy.
Yeah, he's always got a few.
The answer to the question is we are streaming on one, but there's some new feature that StreamYard installed.
Why is this night
that
different from all other nights? Why on this night do we stream on multiple channels but not on one channel?
Is that the question? Yeah,
that is the question.
The point is this started as a test like 2 hours ago.
And like
again,
any test of any new technology, it's completely spun out of control.
Yeah. You know all about streaming.
To answer Heath's question, that basically is because I seen the thing on StreamYards at one point, then I couldn't find it again, but it was I can stream on my channel plus get somebody else to stream on theirs. Now, Heath and I talked about doing this at some point, but today, because the Rocky Mountain Train Show was over, YouTube meet and greet's coming up, and I thought, let's try it out with John. And we monkeyed about, 15 minutes before we finally figured out how to get our two channels linked up. And then I just sent a text to Bernard and it's like, hey, you close to a computer? He's like, yeah, why? And I sent him the link, so up he popped. And it's not just two channels that we can stream to. Right now we're streaming to 5. So there's my YouTube, TSG, MiniPrints, and then both their Facebook pages too. So yeah, but it was a test for what we're going to be doing on Wednesday for my Wednesday night live chat. So.
Yep.
Am I ever not near my computer?
Probably not.
Yeah, more than likely not. So
so the cool people are on Sparky stream. Oh man. All right, Caboose 121.
But yeah, the other thing is, like, if you're not subscribed to TSG Multimedia,
Oh, come on. Everyone subscribed to TSG Multimedia.
of course, you would think so. And of course, MiniPrints is under 1,000. So we should, everybody, from our 2 streams, find MiniPrints on YouTube and click on him, and let's get him over 1,000. It can't be that hard with all
That
these
would be
people.
awesome, because as soon as I get over 1,000, and I think I need like a bunch of hours too, but
Yeah.
as soon as I get over 1,000, I'm going to run a big, I hit 1,000 sale. So I'm going to have a little 1,000 celebration.
You said it was going to be 70% off, right? 80% off.
70% off your figure only.
Well, mine's worthless, so I don't know what you're going to have to pay me to take mine.
Robert Darby, is this going to be another 4-hour test?
So Kevin Marks is watching on my channel, I believe, and he has made a few comments, but I want to know if he's coming out for this.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, because he's a fun guy to have around.
Kevin Marks always looks like a fun guy to have around.
Oh
he has these
my
pictures
goodness.
that
You
you're
have
like,
no
that guy
idea.
looks like a character.
If you want antics, you invite Kevin, aka Hard Part. There are definitely antics involved. I think we should give out awards too.
Okay.
For what, I don't know, but I think there needs to be some awards given out at this event.
So the last thing I really want to throw out there is anybody in any of these chats, if you're coming to the YouTube meet and greet, May 19th to 21st, just throw it in the chat now that you are coming. That would be really cool. And then we'll wrap up with John saying a couple things and then Dr. Mini saying something. Then we'll probably just end the stream and come back Wednesday night and do it all over again.
Excellent.
Go for it, John.
What am I supposed to say?
Talk about
All right. Well, there's John's contribution.
Yeah, he's done. Now you're out of here.
No, I mean, I'm going to go.
Well, I hope you're going to go with doing the live streams and stuff like that. And so,
Yeah.
It would
I'm
be
gonna
a
be
bit of a
doing it,
letdown if after 2 hours worth of talking about it, you didn't show up.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, I changed my mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have been to the area and stuff like that. And obviously you keep going back and with Bernard wanting to go back so soon, obviously it's got to be a great place to visit. So
It really is. It
I'm
really is.
looking forward to it. I mean, anytime we get a chance to go hang around in Greeley or in that area, plus Sydney has family that lives kind of close by in a place called Estes Park, which is up in the mountains, up in those mountains, Bernard. And yeah, I mean, we're going to do some live streaming from the museum as long as they get their fiber installed, because the internet they have there now won't support a live stream, at least not the way I want to do it.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, everything that we're going to do, I've done, and it's all worthwhile. So,
And anybody looking for the MiniPrints website, just look up miniprints.com.
And I'll post, I don't know whether it comes out just on my channel or whatever. I don't know who asked for that. But if you go to miniprints.com/meet and greet, and meet and greet. So miniprints.com meet and greet, and there are dashes between the words meet and greet. You get to the sign up page for the scanning if you attend. But miniprints.com is the general site. Oh, and by the way, I should probably mention that, forgive me, but I have a little thing going for the Happy Easter, everyone. I don't know whether we said Happy Easter and or Happy Passover for those who celebrate. But if you order anything off of the MiniPrints website this weekend until Monday at midnight, you get 8 free bunny rabbits in the scale of your choice.
Oh, cool.
And by the time they get to you, they will probably multiply and you'll have 16 because. But yeah, free bunnies this weekend to celebrate the holiday long weekend.
I have a comment. Roy keeps asking if there's going to be a tour of the Coors Brewery, and I answered him on one of our streams, but I guess he didn't see it. Roy, there's no tour of Coors being planned at this time.
For the meet and
right,
greet, no.
right, but at the Colorado Railroad Museum, you can look and see the damn thing. So they have actually you can drive into town, into Golden, and see basically the town is their brewery. It's a pretty cool place, and it's just a little drive from the museum. So if you really want to go check it out, you can. I'm not planning to. I mean, does Coors count as beer? I mean,
I've worked at a brewery with doing the electrical side of things, and yeah, I'm just
not really. Yeah,
I would stick with the microbreweries in Greeley.
sure.
Maybe we can get a tour of Weldworks.
Oh, that would.
Well, I can
cool.
say, like, if anybody's going to the meet and greet, you can stay before or stay afterwards. You guys
Sure.
can do your own tours of whatever.
Yeah.
There is lots to see around there. The 3 days is not going to cover everything for sure. So,
Oh, you'd need 3 months to see
Yeah.
most of what's there. I mean, that's not even true. To see enough of what's there, you'd need 3 months. So, but yeah. So anyway, I'm excited, and I guess I'll be even more excited on Wednesday because I'll be 4 more days out of the sickness of COVID.
Well, my final words are sign up for your scans, please, so
Yeah.
that I have a company to come back to.
Yeah, at some
And,
point, Bernard, you might want to check if your scans coincides with the people that have signed up on the Google Doc, just to see, because because if they're at one and not the other, we got to get them to sign up for the other one too.
So now we have to add a line to the Google Doc. Would you like to get scanned?
Oh, maybe that's something that could be added. I don't know. We'll have to check with our
We'll
top
figure it out.
about that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we've got 2 signups so far. So I will post. We will mention again Wednesday. But I just want to say, look at me. It's worth it. Trust me. I've been there. I'm going back. And it's more fun than anybody really has a right to have. So I can't imagine that anyone will go and wish they didn't, because
Doesn't happen.
no, it just
Split Rock saying, can we get a scan of someone being scanned? You
uh,
can take a video of someone being scanned, sure, but
there was some talk about me doing a scan of me scanning someone.
What if you did a scan of you scanning someone and someone took a video of me taking a video of you scanning someone?
Here we go.
This is
Somebody
just a
kick
little,
Split Rock out.
This is a little taste of what you're going to expect over.
Don't
3
tell them
days.
that. They won't come.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, everyone. I really probably should go process some scans. Do you want to take the last word, Sparky?
The last word basically is YouTube meet and greet 6 weeks away, basically. Get signed up, get the hotels, because Dr. Mini up there tried to book his hotel in the last day or so, and it's getting pretty limited. So, but it'd be nice to see everybody there. I know I've said it before, it's going to be one of the best YouTube meet and greets that I have ever had. The location is amazing, and I can't wait. So we'll know more on Wednesday, and we'll say exactly what's going on Wednesday night, my live stream. And this was a test to see if we can stream to all 3 of these channels plus Facebook. Seemed to work, so we're going to do it again.
I'm in.
All right.
all right.
And if people want
everybody.
the sign up thing for MiniPrints, just go over on YouTube, look up MiniPrints, subscribe to his page, watch the replay of this in about an hour. The chat will be up there and the links will be in his chat. So,
Or just check out the Facebook page if you're on Facebook. We'll get it out there.
yeah. So, okay, I will see everybody on Wednesday night.
Happy Easter
Now-
long
now
weekend.
can we
Happy
wave?
Passover. Happy holidays.
Time to go eat some chocolate.
Happy something or other.
Now, the
Yummy,
real
yummy.
test is going to be how do we end the stream all together at once?
1. Let's all hit the button at the same time. 1, 2.
I don't have a way to hit end stream.
Oh,
We'll see if just me ending it ends it everywhere. I'm going to do it first, and then you guys
Okay.
play with it. Ready?
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
1, 2, 3.
Bye, guys.
Bye.